Welcome you all to the first webinar of this year. And on behalf of our entire team, I thank you for your constant support and let's have a great year. So in today's webinar, we are going to discuss about the possibilities to extend document automation using Deluge script in Zoho Writer. So over the years, we have developed various integration using which you'll be able to seamlessly connect multiple applications to run a workflow at ease. So let's get into the later slides. And today we also have a demo session planned where we'll be showing a live demo on how these integrations and workflow works. So let's get into the agenda for today. We will start with explaining what exactly Deluge script means. And further, we will let you know how to use it in Zoho Writer. Also, we will check the prerequisites that needs to be performed in order to run a Deluge function along with various ways to use Deluge in Zoho Writer. And not only that, we'll also check out some of the limitations and common errors that users make on how to overcome those limitations. And towards the end, we will check out some exciting announcements regarding the enhancements that we have made and also some of which we are about to release. First, what exactly is Deluge script? So Deluge stands for Data Enriched Language, which is an online scripting language using which you can link about 35 plus products within Zoho Suite. And not only that, it is a one-stop solution which allows you to easily perform actions and integrations without switching between applications. So you can run various automation with just a single click. Not only within Zoho, using Deluge, you will also have the capability to push and pull data from other web services as well using Invoke REST APIs. So let's see how the powerful Deluge tool can be used in Zoho Writer. So Deluge can be used to perform a workflow by just clicking a button on, and you can also perform additional operations after merge. So by default in our UI, we have options to merge a document and to perform actions in the merged document, like sending it via email or sending it for signature, etc. Whereas using Deluge, these operations can be extended. For example, you can merge a document, send it for signing, and then the signed documents can be pushed to Google Drive, Dropbox, or you can also attach the signed document as a record in Zoho People or Recruit based on your workflow. So you can also run a merge, and the merged document can be attached in your CRM, respective CRM record. And not only that, you'll also have the capability to run a merge, send it for signing, and then save the document dynamically in a required folder. So for example, if you're working on sending a contract for signing, and then once the signature is completed, you can get the signed document and place it in the appropriate folder as per your preference. And here are some more examples and some additional automations which you can perform using Deluge. So for example, if you're an HR team who's sending out offer letters for selected candidates, then you can easily generate offer letters, send it for signing, and then you can add the signed document back to your HRMS application. Not only that, you can also trigger a notification once the document gets added into your application. And similarly, if you're a sales department and you're sending out pre-filled forms just to collect some additional data from your customers. And also, the customer filled data can be updated back into your application. So this will allow you to complete a workflow seamlessly. So if you're working on a marketing department and let's say you would have to publish a document, and in order to publish that, you would have to get some approvals or you would have to send the document for review. So in this case, you can just send the document for review or approval. And once the process is completed, using Deluge, you can easily add a watermark and store the document in the desired folder, or even publish the document as soon as the review or the approval process gets completed. So these are the various automation process that can be done in Deluge in Writer using the Deluge script. And let's see some of the tailor-made workflows that we already have in Zoho Writer. So in Writer, as you can see, within Zoho Writer's UI, we have various output options. So for example, if you would like to merge a document, you can either save it back to your work drive, or you can send the merged document as an email to your respective clients or customers. And not only that, you can also merge the document and send it for sign collection. And furthermore, you can also merge the document and send it as a fillable document so that the customers or your clients can fill in their respective details and then submit back the document, which can be saved into WorkDrive. So these are the workflows that is available within UI. And apart from this, you can also extend these actions using a Deluge script. So in each output options, we have various options for you to add a script, which will allow you to perform additional operations. So you can just click on the preferred output settings within UI and then add in your script using which you can connect various applications as well. So this integration is not only for Zoho applications. You can also connect various other web services using Deluge. And we also have a predefined gallery based on the merge operation that you're about to run. So if you're choosing merge and store, then there are about 12 different set of predefined options available for you. So all you have to do is that just click on the function, use it for your operation. So you just have to make some minor tweaks and changes, and then you will be good to go to execute the function. So these are the various operations and the number of functions that we have. So if you'd like to send a document for signature after merge, then we have 9 different additional gallery functions that you can use. And apart from these, you can also go ahead and write your own script and perform the integration option. So I'll just quickly switch over to the document and let you know where exactly you can find the option or this gallery to execute a custom function. So let's say I'm going to just merge a document and send via email. I'm sorry, let's say I'm just sending it for sign collection. So what I can do is that I can configure the signature details. And when I click on advanced settings, I will have an option to execute a custom function. So in here, I can write my own script and perform the operation, or I can choose any one of the scripts that is available in the gallery. So let's say I would like to attach this particular signed document back to my record in CRM. So I'm just going to merge the document from CRM and send it for signature, and then attach back the record to the same, and attach back the document to the same record. So I'll just use this function, and all I have to do is that just make some minor tweaks in my script. So I just have to replace the connection name based on the connection that I've created, and and then I just have to change some the module that I'm going to choose and the records that I'm going to perform, and then go ahead and link this function. So once this function is linked, you'll be able to perform this operation once the merge is completed. So in here, in the gallery section, we have provided a gallery in such a way that based on the operation, you will have different set of functions available. So since this is an operation to send out documents for signature, you can see that all the functions are related to the signed document. So if you'd like to upload the signed document back to Google Drive, you can use this function. Or if you would like to update the signed document back to a record in Recruit, you can use the function that is available in Gallery. So these are the predefined functions. So as I mentioned earlier, apart from these, you can also write your own script to perform these integrations and execute functions. So the next set of, or the next ways to use Deluge would be to perform an automation in various Zoho applications. So for example, if you're using Zoho CRM, and if you would like to trigger a workflow by just editing a field, or whenever a record is created, then you can just set up a workflow in Zoho CRM or in Zoho People respectively, based on your preference, and you can execute custom functions directly from over there. So in this case, you would not be required to run the merge from writer's UI. Just by changing a field's value or by creating a record in CRM or in people, you'll be able to trigger a merge, and then the merged document can be added back to your respective record, or you can also merge and send it via email to your customers. So let's see how these operations are carried over in our demo session today. So here are some prerequisites. So these prerequisites have to be performed in order to make this execution of connection. I'm sorry, execution of the script. So in order to run this integration between various applications, you would be required to create a connection which will act as a communicator between the respective application. So for example, if I'm going to attach a particular file back to CRM, then I would have to create a connection in Writer using the scopes that is available, that is applicable to CRM. So while adding the script, you'll have to click on the connection button and then as shown in the screenshot, and then you can go ahead and create a connection. So let me just show you how to configure the connection. So in the connection settings, you can just pick the service that is being required, and you can select the scopes based on your actions that you're going to perform, and then go ahead and create and connect. So once you click on create and connect, you will be asked to authorize from the respective application's end. And once the authorization is completed, you can use the connection name in your script and perform the and execute the function. So here's where you can find the connection option. So once you go ahead and execute the custom function, in here, you will have the connection button. So you can click on it and click on go to connections. That will just take you to the connection page. So in here, as you can see, I've created various connection, and I can revoke or again use this already created connection. And if I would like to create a new connection, I can just click on create connection and select the respective application in which is going to be used in my script, so that the appropriate connection or the permissions can be applied. So in here, if I'm going to create a create a particular file in work drive, then I can just go ahead and click on create scope. So based on my action, I'm just going to add the scopes and then click on create and connect. So this is how you can go ahead and create connection in Zoho Writer. And apart from this, we also have um, um, account where I'm sorry, a link where you can access all the functions that you have added in your Writer UI. So for example, if I would like to have a list of functions that I have in merge and invoke, then I can use this option and check out the functions that I have added. So this is being categorized in based on the templates. So if it is a sign template, I can check out the functions that I've added in sign. And similarly, if it is a fillable or a workflow feature, then you can make use of this option to check out the functions. And as also, we have the all overall function gallery over here, where based on the categorization of the template and the function that you're going to use, you can check out the predefined gallery that we have. So that's how you create a connection. And the next step would be to check out what are the ways to use Deluge for automation. So we now believe that you'll have a clear idea on how Deluge is used in Zoho Writer. So let us now check some live examples which can be applied to your business use cases along with the demo. So first, we have planned an example where we are a sales team where we are selling our product, and we do have a client or a prospect who's going to be purchasing our product. So what we require is that we require a document to be created, and the a code document to be created, and the code needs to be added back to the CRM's record. So each time whenever a status of the particular record is changed, I would have to trigger a workflow where the document will be merged, and then the merged document will be attached back to the same record, so that I can use it for my later use. Later, I can send the code to my clients or the prospects for them to approve. So in order to perform this workflow, all you have to do is that you just have to go to the CRM template library and then create a particular writer template, writer merge template. And once it is done, you can go ahead and create a connection where you'll be using writer and work drive scopes in CRM. And once it is done, you can configure a workflow in CRM. And in order to perform this operation, we have used merge and invoke custom function API. So using this API, we are going to achieve this entire workflow. And after that, so now the CRM's end would be completed, and you just have to make sure that you are performing this the next operation in Writer. So you just have to get into Zoho Writer and create a connection using Zoho CRM scopes. And once it is done, we do have a predefined function called attach file to CRM API. I'm sorry, a script using which you'll be able to attach the file back to the CRM. So now once all this configuration is done, all you have to do is that just change the status of the particular field so that the workflow will be triggered. So let us just get into the creation of this entire workflow from scratch. So the first, you just have to go to Zoho CRM and you just have to go to the setup where under customization, you will have templates. Just click on it and go to mail merge. So in here, if you have any existing template, you can just go ahead and upload it. Or if you would like to create a template from scratch, then you can do so by clicking on new template. So here we already have created a particular template called sales codes, sorry, sales code. And in here, as you can see, this is the template that we have created using the fields from Zoho CRM. So we have connected the data source as Zoho CRM, and we have used the appropriate fields and added it into it. And also for the code items and the code details, we have used a subform field and it is inserted as a repeat table. So once this template is created, you can go ahead and click on merge and invoke custom function. So in here, as you can find here, we have an already attached function called attach file CRM. So we are going to click on it. And as you can see, once the connection is created, you can input the appropriate function. So you just have to use attach file to CRM over here and you can tweak it based on your preference. So in here we have attached codes, we have added codes module in the script and we have added the connection called writer. So this writer connection will contain scopes regarding CRM in order to perform this integration. And also we have added the other details and we have going to save and link the function. So once this is done, this operation will be performed only after the merge operation is completed. So in order to trigger the merge, what we are going to do is that we are going to get into Zoho CRM and under CRM, under settings, you will have option called workflow rules under automation. So you just have to click on that. And once you are done with it, you can go ahead and click on create a rule. So in here, I'm going to select the module in which I'm going to perform this workflow. So I'm just choosing quotes and I'm adding a name. So now once it is done, I'll just go ahead and enter the workflow, like when exactly the workflow is going to be performed. So I'm just selecting record action. And in this, so once the record action is selected, you will have an option whether you would have to perform this while creation of a particular record or when something is edited in a record or whenever a record is deleted. So in here, I'm just going to click on edit because whenever I edit a particular record, whenever I edit a particular field, I need the workflow to be triggered. And not only any field, I'm just going to specify the field. So I'll just go ahead and click on quote stage and click on the value confirm. So this means that whenever a particular records field code stage is changed to confirm. So when the status of the particular field is selected as confirm, I require this workflow to be triggered. So next, so if there are any filters that needs to be added, you can make use of this option to add in the filters. And here I'm not going to add any filters, so I'm just going to go ahead with all the codes. And now in here, I'll have various options in which just going to choose function. So as you can see here, I've already added a function, merge and attach to CRM. I'll just go ahead and add this function. So once the function is added, you'll be able to perform the operation. So now I'll just quickly jump over to the workflow that I've already added. So I'll just click on merge and attach CRM, and I'll show you the function that I have added. So this is the script that I have added in Zoho CRM. So as you can see here, here I have used a connection called Writer CRM, which includes Writer scopes, and I have added all the input datas as well as the get datas. And once it is done, I have added an ID called data put ID. So this line is mandatory so that only if this particular line is added using the ID that we get, writer will be able to push the document back to the appropriate record. So you just have to make sure that this line is added in your script, and you can select the output format as well as you would have to add the templates resource ID. And once these information are added, you're good to go. So you can just go ahead and execute the save the workflow. So now the workflow has been saved. What I'm going to do is that I'm just going to go to quotes module. And in this, I have a record called James Runner. So once I get into the record, so let's say this particular prospect is being confirmed and they're going to purchase a product. So now I would have to send out a quote. So what I'll do is that I'll just go ahead and change the status of the particular field to confirm. So yes, now the workflow will be triggered as we have changed the stage as per the condition that we have applied. So now the document will be merged, and the merged document will be added back to this particular record as an attachment. So in this meantime, if you would like to check the status of the merge, you can just go to the template and click on view log, where you'll be able to check out the status of the particular merge. So as you can see in here, that as attachment has been generated. So we will just quickly jump over to the codes module and check if the attachment is added in the particular record. So yes, as you can see, there is an attachment over here, and just click on it and you will be able to view the attachment. So these are the details that we have received from Zoho CRM, and we have performed the merged operation, and we have pushed back the merged document into the appropriate record. So you can just get into the particular record and then you can view the code, and you can also send this via email based on your preference. So this is how this particular workflow is being carried over in Zoho Writer. So next, let's just get into the next set of example. So the next operation would be, we have selected a workflow where there is a medical insurance who's going to send out forms for their new members so that they can apply for the insurance company. So once the form is getting submitted, we would like to perform a merge operation. And once the merge operation is completed, we want the documents URL to be added back into the application that I have created in Zoho Creator. So in order to perform this, we have selected, you would have to perform these steps. So the first one being, you would have to upload or create a template in Zoho Writer. And once it is done, you can go ahead and create a connection in Zoho Creator using Writer and WorkDrive scopes. And once it is done, you can go ahead and configure the workflow in creator. So this would be pretty much the similar steps that we talked about earlier. And next, what we have done in this particular workflow is that we have used merge and store API, and we have used it in the script. And once it is done in writer's end, we have created a connection using scopes from Zoho Creator, and we have used the script attach link to creator record. So this is a predefined gallery script that we have used. And once all these configuration is done, all you have to do is that submit the form in creator application. So once the form gets submitted in Zoho Creator, this workflow will be automatically triggered and the document's URL will be added back to your record. So let's just check this operation from scratch. So as you can see here, this is an application that I've created in Zoho Creator where the insurance members will be getting into it and they'll be providing their details and submit the form. So once the form gets submitted, I would want the workflow to be triggered. So in order to perform this, I'll just click on Edit Application. And as you can see, there is a tab called Workflow. In here, I have already added merge and store function so that once the application is submitted, once the form is getting submitted, the merge operation gets triggered. So I'll just let you know how to create a workflow. So in here, you just have to choose the form and click on create. So I just want this event to be happening whenever a record is created and that too on a successful form submission. So that whenever a form is submitted, the workflow will be triggered. And you can enter the um, workflow name and just go ahead and create a workflow. So in here, I'm just going to add the function that I have already created. So I can just go ahead and add the script over here. I'll show you the already created one so that you'll get a clear idea on how it is added. As you can see in here, so I have added the function in here where I've mentioned the folder ID. So the folder ID is where the merged document will be saved. So in here, I've used work drive's folder ID. So this can be any folder based on your preference. You just have to take the folder URL and the resource ID can be added into the folder ID. And I've also provided a name for the document that is going to be generated after merge. So I have named it as DRE webinar and also the output format, which would be PDF format. And in this, I have used merge and store API, and I have added the templates URL, or the templates resource ID. And the connection is writer underscore CRM, which is the a connection which contains the scopes of creator. So once it is done, once the script is added, all I have to do is that I just have to go ahead and perform my form submission. But before that, before I submit the form, I just have to make sure that the configuration in the templates end is carried over. So I'll just go to the medical insurance application form. This is the merge template that I've created in Writer. And I'm just clicking on merge and save as individual files. In this, so the document will be saved into work drive that I have chosen, into the work drive folder that I have chosen. But in order to add the URL back into the creator application, I would be required to add a function. So in here, we have used merge attach to Zoho Creator API. So this is also customized so that the URL of the particular folder or the particular file gets added into the record. So we have used the connection and in here under the URL, we have entered the URL of the application in which we are going to perform this integration. So as you can see in Creator, this is the application URL and we have used that in Zoho Writer as well. So you just have to make sure that the appropriate applications URL is added into the script and also make sure that the connection is added or changed based on your preference. Once this configuration is done, you can go ahead and save this and you'll be good to go. All you have to do is that you just have to access the application and submit a particular form. So let me just go ahead and submit a form. So now I have submitted the record and I'll just go ahead and check out the record. So as you can see, the first submission is the recently submitted data. So in here, the data is available and we just have to wait for the URL to be added into the document. And similarly, as we mentioned earlier, you can just go back to the template and you can check out the log if in order to check the status of the document. So as you can see, the merge operation has been initiated and it is yet to run. And this page is also auto refreshed, so you need not refresh the page anytime each time. So yes, in the meantime, we do have some polls raised, so you can go ahead and answer them. So the first poll being, have you previously used Deluge for your custom workflows? So Balaji is the handling the Q&A and he have initiated the poll. So you can go ahead and post your results. And if you have used Deluge previously, you can please let us know. Yes, and also we would like to know if there were any difficulties while using the custom function. So there is another poll that has been raised. Just please go ahead and post your results. So yeah, we are just checking this. In the meantime, I'll just go ahead and perform or submit another record. So yes, so checking the state log will allow you to check the status of the particular document. So if there are any issues, you can just you'll be able to check it out. So yes, as you can see, the previously submitted record has been completed. So we'll just wait for the URL to be updated over here. Yes, yeah, as you can see, both the records URL has been updated, and all I have to do is that just click on the records, click on the URL, so that it'll just take me to the insurance form, and this can be shared to your members. So in this use case, we have covered the medical insurance. So this will be easy for you to just complete the workflow by just once the form gets submitted. So this is a one-time process that you need to be setting it up. So once it is done, each and every time you would not be required to repeat this process. So whenever a form gets submitted, automatically the merge operation will be triggered and the document will be added as a URL into your appropriate record. So you can just get into the list of submissions and click on the record, click on the particular document and share it with your members. So this is how easily you can simplify your process using Zoho Deluge. So the next set of example is to if you're an HR team and if you would like to send an offer letter, you'd be manually doing that, and you might be sending it out for each and every individual employees or the selected candidates. In order to automate it, and in order to easily generate an offer letter using the details available in your HRMS application, we'll let you know how it can be how the workflow can be configured. So in order to perform this, all you have to do is that you would have to upload upload or create a template in Zoho Writer, and you would have to create a connection in Zoho People using Writer and WorkDrive scopes. And once it is done, as we mentioned in the previous applications, you would have to configure a workflow in Zoho People. So once it is done in here, we have additionally added a step where you can send out an offer letter to your candidates, and the candidates can fill in their preferred location or the preferred joining date, etc., and then they can submit the form back. So in order to perform this, we have used merge and share fillable link API in this particular Deluge script. So using this API, we'll be able to merge a record and then send the merged document as a fillable template or fillable document. And the selected candidate or your customers or your clients will be able to fill in data into the document. And once the document gets submitted, the submitted document will be added back to the appropriate record. Not only that, we will also fill in the submitted details in the appropriate record. We will just show you how it is done. And in order to configure the writer's end, we have used a customized script. So we have created a connection in Writer using Zoho People Scopes, and then we have added the script. And now once this configuration is done, all you have to do is that submit the employee details and people so that the workflow will be automatically triggered. So let me just quickly jump over to the document and to the people. So as you can see, this is a confirmation letter that we have created from scratch in Zoho Writer. And we have added in the fields from Zoho people. So as you can see in here, we have added fillable fields for employees' preferred location, and we have provided three drop-down options, which is Chennai, Tenkasi, and Madurai. So the candidate will be choosing any one of these options from the drop-down. And we have also added a joining date so that the candidate will be able to select their preferred joining date and submit the form. And in order to perform the in order to create a workflow, you would have to get into Zoho People. And in here, as you can see, employee offer letter is the module in which we are going to perform this operation. And you can go to the settings, and under automation, we have workflow. Just click on workflows, and we have already added a workflow called offer letter workflow. So if you would like to add a workflow, you can just click on the add workflow button, provide in the required details, and you just have to make sure when exactly this workflow has to be triggered. And you can select if you would like to trigger it while a particular record is being created or when it is edited, etc. And then under functions, you'll be able to add in the custom function. So this is how you would have to add or create a workflow. So let me just quickly jump over to the already created workflows. Yes. So as you can see here, we have created a workflow and we have selected create. So this particular workflow will be triggered whenever a record is created in the offer letter workflows. So next we have gone to the custom function and we have added a function. So we have used Deluge script, and as you can see here, we have added the merge data input, which is the employee name, address, etc. And we have provided the documents resource ID, and we have used merge and share to fill. So this is the API that we have used, and the connection is writer, so which will contain Zoho Writer scope. So now we can go ahead and save this function. So once it is done, you can go ahead and click on merge and share fillable link in the template in which we are going to perform this automation. And you have to make sure that the to address in this dialog box is being configured. So you just have to, in here, we have entered the employee's email address so that once the from people, the employee's email address will be added as the to address and it will be automatically sent to the respective candidate. So now once it is done, you just have to click on configure form submit actions. So until now, we have performed a workflow where once the record is created in people, automatically a merged document will be created and a fillable link will be sent to the selected candidate. So once the user submits the form, we have to trigger another custom function for which we are going to make the configuration in here. So you can click on trigger webhook and custom functions option. So this is a action which will be carried over once the form gets submitted, once the fillable form is submitted. So in here we have added a script, which is a customized script that we have created, where we have used this various option, and as mentioned in the creator, we have also mentioned the people's URL over here. And once it is done, you can go ahead and save the settings. You just have to make sure the connection is replaced appropriately, and you'll be good to go. So once I click on proceed, and you can save this function. Yep. And now you can just go to the people, and now I'll just go ahead and create a new record in employee offer letter. So this is a workflow where an HR will be entering the details of the candidate once they are selected for an interview. I'm sorry, selected after completing the interview process. So they can enter the email address of the selected candidate and the address and their organization name and the package that they're going to get. And I'll just leave this joining location and joining date, as these are the fillable fields in the writer template, which needs to be filled by the selected candidate. So once this is done, I'll just go ahead and click on submit. So now this will be added as a record in employee offer letter. And once this record is added, the workflow will be triggered, and we'll just wait for the email to be getting it. So similarly, you can also go to the automate tab in the particular template and click on view log to check out the status of the merge. So still it's in progress. So we'll just wait for a few more minutes until the progress gets completed. So yes, in the meantime, you can also answer another poll that we have started. So please let us know, how do you write your functions in Zoho Writer? So do you write it yourself, or do you reach out your partners, or do you reach out a support team in order to get assistance for writing the scripts? Yes, so just post your results, and yes, as you can see, the merge operation has been completed and the form is being sent to the respective selected candidate. So this is the mailbox. So I have configured um, the emails to be received over here. So yes, as you can see, I've got a copy of the confirmation letter. So I'll just click on the fillable link and it'll open up the fillable document. So as you can see in here, the details of my the record details has been already filled, like the date, address, email, and my name has been already filled. So all I have to do is that I just have to click on my preferred location, which is a drop-down list that we have configured in the template. So I'll just click on Chennai and I'll choose my joining date. So let's say 25th. So now I'll just go ahead and click on submit. Yeah. So yes, now the fillable document has been submitted. Now all I have to do is that I'll just go ahead and check the status of the submitted record. So yeah, under details section, you can also check if the function has been properly executed and if there are any issues, you can check out the logs. And if there are any issues, you can just rectify it or reach out to us. I will just quickly jump over to people. So yes, this is the record that I submitted. And as you can see, the joining location and the joining date has been filled automatically based on the inputs that I've given in the document. And not only that, I also have got the copy of the filled document. So as you can see in here, the joining date and the location has been filled. So now what I can do is that once this operation is completed, I can just send it out to the selected candidate as a confirmation. So this is how you can simplify the process for sending out an offer letter, and this can be applied to various examples as well. So next, we get into the section where we will check out some common errors and limitations that is available in using the Deluge script. So first, users might face issue in creating a connection. And so you just have to make sure that the appropriate scopes are selected while creating a connection. Also, make sure to add the respective connection name in your script. So once you create a connection with the scopes, and there will be a connection name which needs to be added into your script as shown in our demo. And also there is a daily limit where you'll only be able to execute 10,000 lines of codes. So that's a maximum number of codes. So that will be the daily limit available for executing. And also when it comes to file size limit, there is a limit of 15 MB of file size. And so if this file size exceeds, then you'll not be able to successfully execute the function. And let's also check out some limitations. So as you can see, as you might know, there is a 40 seconds execution time for each statement. And so if the execution time exceeds, then you might face an issue in completing your workflows. So this error might occur frequently when you use merge and download tasks. And to overcome this, you can make use of our merge and store V2 API, which is available in our help document. Balaji will also share the V2 API help document in the chat, so you can check it out. So when you're using merge and store V2 API, you'll not face this execution issue. I'm sorry, the time execution issue. And also we have supported this, we have not supported this for creator. And so if you are using Zoho Creator, then we would suggest you to use invoke URL with REST API so that you'll not face this issue. And also, it is not possible to share connections which are created. So for example, if a user is creating a connection, then all the records or the documents created will be under the name of the particular user. So other users who has permission to the template will be able to run or execute the function, but the created records will still appear in the name of the connection owner. And also, as of now, it is not possible to share the connection, and as well as we have no option to create a connection for an entire organization. So these are the limitations that is available in Deluge scripting for now. And apart from this, if you would like to get any help, and as we saw, many users are reaching out support and partners for writing the scripts. So we would suggest you to check out our online help documents, and it also contains sample scripts. And as mentioned, we also have a predefined gallery, which will allow you to just use the script by clicking on a simple click. And all you have to do is that just change the URLs and the connection name based on the connection or the operation in which you're going to perform. And apart from that, you can also reach our support team, which is available for 24/7 for any clarifications that you have related to Deluge. And if you're facing any errors, then you can check out the response so that the response will contain the appropriate error message. And we also provided a detailed um, information regarding the error that you're getting. So you can check that out and you will be able to clear those errors yourselves. But if you're still facing any issues, you can just add info logs in your script and then share the response with us to support@zohowriter.com so that we'll be able to check on the issue and provide you a solution quickly. So yeah, we have come to the end of this webinar where we'll be talking about some exciting announcements which we have. So yeah, we are going to provide a localized desktop version. So Zoho Writer's desktop application will be more localized so that you'll be able to use it easily. And we also have options to provide, we are also planning to provide equation editor within the desktop application as well. So you'll be able to edit the equations within the desktop app. And we have seen many users facing issues when there is a WordPress publishing happening. So if some users are using a self-hosted site, then they are facing some issues while publishing the document. So we are planning to provide self support for that as well, so that once it is in, you'll not face any issues if you're using any self-hosted site in WordPress. So we are also planning to provide a provision to build custom marketplace extension. So you can build your own extension and you'll be able to use them for the writer documents. And also, we have enhanced the UI where our extensions can be found on the right panel of the document. And you'll also have the options to pin favorite applications. I'll just quickly jump over to the writer document. And as you can see here, we have the extension tab available on the right panel. So you can just pin your favorite application and you'll be able to easily access them within the writer's UI. Yeah, we have come to the end of this webinar, and we thank you for your constant support, and thank you so much for your participation today.